Was that pride or fear? That question, found in David Brilliman's Personal Reflections, is a final interrogation of how we spend our time on Earth. We spend most of our lives actively avoiding reality. We build elaborate psychological defense mechanisms and mistake that protective insulation for clarity. This illustration shows the biological cost. Perception as prediction. To save energy, the brain actively predicts the world instead of passively observing it, sorting every experience into stale categories. We label the world to survive it, but drain the surprise from our daily existence. We trade vibrant contact with reality for the hollow comfort of predicting it correctly. It's a trade most of us only recognize once our time has actually run out. This trade-off leads to self-enclosure, where the brain's predictive model becomes entirely self-referential. The poem frames this as a visual impairment. Little me all alone, sorry for me, when all we see is me. Here, self-pity is a breakdown in our ability to witness anything beyond our own reflection. When the self is the only lens we use, external reality disappears entirely. We become trapped in a restrictive feedback loop that blocks out any data that doesn't serve the ego's narrative. By making everything about ourselves, we build a psychological prison. Within those walls, wonder is impossible. If this loop is so restrictive, why do we fight to keep the filters on? We employ two guards. The first is pride, or protective precision. Pride defends a favorable self-image by insisting it already understands everything and refuses to be surprised. The second is fear. This is defensive precision, a desperate need to avoid the unknown and stay within the established map to minimize the risk of being wrong. Pride and fear are two sides of the same self-protective coin. Both serve the exact same master, preserving the ego at the expense of the truth. We spend our lives oscillating between these defensive postures, preventing ourselves from stepping into the unknown. The antidote is found in a simple command: look away with curiosity. Looking away is the deliberate act of decentering the ego. It is a turning of the gaze toward the unknown, moving attention from the self-story back toward the living world. The addition of curiosity is vital. Curiosity transforms the movement outward into a relational, receptive act, opening the door for wonder to return. This outward discipline was the life's work of the poet Matsuo Basho. He trained his attention to observe reality without imposing prior categories or explanations on what he saw. In his famous haiku, he describes an old pond. A frog jumps in. The sound of water follows. He doesn't add emotion or analysis. He simply waits for the filters to quiet down enough to hear the world. Wonder is the vibrant reality that explodes into view the exact moment our predictive categories fail. It appears only when we stop trying to control what we see. Direct perception requires the discipline of zazen, the practice of just sitting, to remove our self-centered narratives and clear away the mental clutter. Eventually, we all return to that terminal deathbed, where our predictions finally run out. Take a moment to audit your own reality right now. Which force is driving you? Is it the armor of pride? Is it the safety of fear? Or is it the openness of wonder? Look away from yourself. Drop the predictive filters and meet reality while you still have the time to be surprised by it.